Imagine a world where one company has the power to control the entire online advertising landscape, dictating the rules and reaping the majority of the profits. This is the reality we're facing with Google, and it's a scenario that's sparking intense debate and controversy. But here's where it gets interesting. A federal judge has the power to change this narrative, and the outcome of an upcoming hearing could have far-reaching implications for the tech giant. Judge Leonie M. Brinkema is set to hear arguments in the U.S. District Court for the Eastern District of Virginia, starting from September 22nd, on how to address Google's monopoly over online advertising technology. This hearing is expected to last for 2 to 3 weeks and will determine the fate of Google's $3.1 trillion business. The Justice Department is pushing for Google to sell its ad exchange technology, which connects buyers and sellers of ad space, as well as provides some of the code that runs ad auctions to its competitors. On the other hand, Google is proposing measures such as changing its ad auction bidding system to benefit publishers. The stakes are high, and the outcome of this case could disrupt Google's business and rewrite the playbook for tech dominance in the modern internet era. This is not the first time Google has faced antitrust scrutiny. In a landmark decision earlier this month, a federal judge ruled that Google's search business could continue operating as is, but with some restrictions. The company must share its search results with rivals and restrict payments that ensure its search engine gets prime placement in web browsers and on smartphones. However, the judge did not approve the government's request to force Google to sell its popular Chrome web browser. The decisions in these cases against Google could have a ripple effect on other government antitrust lawsuits against big tech companies. For instance, a judge is expected to rule on a lawsuit against Meta, which accuses the company of snuffing out nascent competitors by buying Instagram and WhatsApp. A lawsuit against Amazon, which accuses the company of squeezing small merchants using its platform, is scheduled for trial in 2027. The government has also sued Apple, accusing it of making it difficult for users to lead its ecosystem of devices. Leanne Mulholland, the global head of regulatory affairs at Google, argues that the Justice Department's proposal goes too far and would unwind acquisitions the court found to be lawful and risk breaking tools that work for advertisers and publishers. The Justice Department, on the other hand, believes that Google's monopoly power must be addressed to ensure fair competition in the online advertising market. The AdTech case, U.S. et al. v. Google, was filed in 2023 and concerns the intricate web of programs that sell ad space around the web. The suite of software conducts split-second auctions to place ads each time a user loads a page. This business made $30.36 billion in 2024, or about 9% of the total revenue for Google's parent company, Alphabet. Google has an 87% market share in ad-selling technology, according to the government. Publishers and rival ad tech companies have testified that Google uses its dominance to take a bigger cut of ad sales than possible in a competitive market. The Justice Department argues that Google has a monopoly over 3 parts of the online advertising system: the tools publishers use to host their ad inventory, the system advertisers use to place their bids for that ad space, and the technology that connects the two sides of the transaction. Google counters that the advertising industry has changed, with ads placed on websites being part of a larger ecosystem that includes ads on streaming sites and social media platforms like TikTok. Judge Brinkema has already indicated that she might force Google to sell one of its advertising software products to resolve her concerns. The case aligns more closely with past tough antitrust decisions, which could make it easier for the judge to take an aggressive tack. Legal experts say the hearing will feature witnesses, including current and former Google employees, and experts testifying on how to address Google's monopoly power. The Justice Department has asked Judge Brinkema to force Google to sell its ad exchange and provide some of the code that runs ad auctions to its competitors. If competition does not improve after these steps are taken, the government also wants an independent monitor to determine whether Google must sell more of its publisher tools. Google has proposed measures to open its ad software to competitors, including connecting its ad exchange directly with ad tools for publishers made by rivals. The company could also change rules for ad auctions that rivals say give Google an advantage over its competitors. Judge Brinkema's decision will have significant implications for antitrust law enforcement. The fact that Google was found to be a monopoly in both search and ad tech is a relief for everyone who argued that the laws on the books are sufficient to rein in big tech companies, says Doha Mekki, the former acting assistant attorney general for antitrust during the Biden administration. However, if the remedies fail to address the serious monopoly problems that have been found, it raises questions about whether this part of the law is sufficient to police digital markets. The last successful attempt to break up a monopoly was in 1984, when AT&T's local phone business was split into 7 regional operators after settling with the government. A breakup of Google would be the most significant action taken by a court against a monopoly since a federal judge tried and failed to split Microsoft 25 years ago. As we wait for the outcome of this hearing, one thing is clear. The future of online advertising and the tech industry as a whole hangs in the balance. But here's the question. Do you think Google's monopoly power is a threat to fair competition? Or do you believe the company's dominance is a natural result of its innovative products and services? Share your thoughts in the comments below. And this is the part most people miss. The outcome of this case could have far-reaching implications for the entire tech industry, shaping the way companies operate and compete in the digital landscape. So what do you think? Should Google be broken up, or can the company be trusted to self-regulate and ensure fair competition? The debate is ongoing, and we want to hear from you.